was zero. Tickets were just, nobody was there, only one or two people sitting. And then they call it houseful movie. So that's why Kabali is such a dangerous thing. Eulogizing gangsters and celebrating violence, and then Mari and other kinds of, now gangster, everywhere gangsters. And then they incite a rebellion in all the people. When rebellion comes up, then another group says stop rebellion. These two groups start fighting, the government intervenes. So three forces are now fighting. Three forces are fighting and the evil force is just laughing. They like it. So that's why they create such movies and make it happen like that. And Rajnikant is a money-paid person who, of course, all actors are money-paid, but this person is paid a lot of money to incite the crowd on rebellion and being a gangster. And nowadays, gangsters, now in this Kabali movie, gangster, is it shown as a bad gangster or a good gangster? They show that Kabali is a good person. This Rajnikant, in this movie, they show he's a good person. But, of course, gangsters are always bad. Rebellion against the government or anything is actually bad. But they are showing it as a way of social life, and therefore Rajnikant is a very bad person. Again, we come to this movie, and you may see this is what happens when people see movies. So this is what happens when a person sees such movies, and some scientists have already developed such cultures to do all of this around the world. So this is why movies are so emotion triggering in people and make them feel what the movies are saying. So now we come to the next agenda of the evil force. It is called Illuminati. The evil force basically wants fights to go everywhere around and their profits being hype every year. They love to see fights. So they have started this transgender agenda. Many people are just becoming transgenders just because of eating GMOs and other things, which makes them feel that they are the opposite gender. So this is what happens. Boys becoming like feeling they are girls. Like this. This is what they are doing. The transgender agenda. They are trying to impose all of this in India and making every single person feel that the transgenders are okay. In the US, 18 of the 13 states are banned to say transgender cannot be accepted in a job. Every transgender, whether capable or not, has to be in a job. That is ordered by the US government. 18 of the 30 states. Even though the transgender has done a mistake or something, he cannot be fired out of the job. This is a rule in the US. It's not yet come to India, but if we succumb to this, it will come. And it is not that these transgenders are supposed to be ill-treated or like that. We must stop our populace from becoming like that. The way a person is born, that same gender a person must continue till the end of his life. This is not correct. And all of these movies, again the movies are imposing this transgender agenda. As you see in the next slide too, this Tamil movie, Irumugal. In this again, he acts as a transgender. This is another crazy agenda. This is what happens when a person sees a movie. He feels, it's okay to be a transgender. There's not that much problem in being it. And such things. So again, these music bands of transgenders. Now this is going too high, I think. Means people, now you'll be shocked by seeing these slides that the transgender agenda is being pushed by so many different kinds of places. Some or the other way they are allowing transgenders to be every single place. Now if you go out of this place, you'll at least spot one transgender. Somewhere at least. You'll spot them going around and begging. Because India still is not that much corrupt to just encourage transgenders. And in India, but not that much. It started with some particular people. Like this person, I can't say what's his particular name, but Born Krishna, now Naina. She is a boy, but she's become a girl. This is the problem. Born Krishna, but now Naina. This is what is happening. And everywhere, the companies you see around who have funded her program, so many different kinds of companies. LIC. LIC is known to be a good person. Fine. But in the interview, you may have seen the interview in which they are encouraging the transgenders. And her very so-called proud mother is, like, that's a very great thing they are showing it like that. So this is what it is happening in India. Now we come to the transhuman agenda. Transgender is finished. We have already seen hundreds of transgenders all around our country and even abroad. Now we come to the transhuman agenda, which only maybe one person has undergone this. He's a 32-year-old American whose brain has been they have just made a surgery of his brain and added computer chips all around his brain and then making him think that, and then he can do whatever others say. They can send SMS to him to do what he likes, and also Wi-Fi and everything to control him, means to control him. He can see through walls, he can do all kinds of superhuman things, and he's a transhuman. So they are pushing it like this. But many people are against it, and he is also running for president position. But you may have not heard of him. Who are the two people that are being heard of campaigning now for the US election? Can you please tell? Yeah, okay. So it is Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton. Very good. So therefore, these two people are on this seat mostly everywhere. These two people are fighting with each other, scolding each other, and saying stupid things about each other, and then campaigning against each other, and campaigning for themselves, and doing so much money waste with our money, with our taxpayers' money. These politicians are playing their own game of fights. They're using our money. Crores of it are going in this electricity for the court and other things. Everywhere they'll be shouting like cats and dogs fighting these politicians. This is what happens. So this person is very good, the previous slide person. So, but he is nowhere in the media. Nowhere you may have heard his name too. But he says human life is sacred. It should not be enslaved, sullied, or suppressed by any of the technology associated with the transhumanist agenda. Artificial intelligence is what I told that one. See, around here and there, and he can turn his hand into a gun, and he can fire just like that James Bond thing from his watch. Such crazy things around. And then robotics. Robotics is being encouraged so much. I think to a level it's helpful. Like, like for some particular works, you need it to, some superhuman works a human can't do. So for that we can use the help of a robot to that extent. But turning a human into a robot? Have you heard of anything around in movies? Which movie, if you can remember any movies showing that a human was turned into a robot? Of course, Robot, the movie made by Rajnikant, as you'll see in the next slides. So now we come to the zombie apocalypse. This is what is happening in the US the most. In India, not so much yet. So the US, they are running around having those drugs called Flacca and all of that, this Flacca. And this drug is so damn dangerous that it causes so many other diseases, and they start feeling that they are animals. They go around naked in the roads and they dash themselves to the walls. They think they are lizards and they climb over the walls, but they keep falling, but they keep trying again to climb. They take whatever they have and throw it at people, and massacres they are doing around the US. And then the police go behind them, shoot them, and then another fight is created about different things. And Flacca side effects: agitation, death, extreme aggression, psychosis, rapid heart rate. Their heart will be beating like a rabbit. Like, watch it. Just watch it, do. Something is needed for them to do at a particular moment. So, severe hallucinations. They will be seeing something that is not even there in the world. If there's a tree here, they'll think it's a dinosaur rushing at them. If there's a man coming, they'll think a man is holding a gun and trying to shoot him. So they'll go and start hitting and doing all of that. That's called a hallucination. So this is what is happening. They see things crazy. And now comes robot. Of course. This is a transhuman's agenda. First it came, they made a human out of, just out of machines and out of chips and other things. They made a human who was very powerful and other things. But robot too, they made a human into a robot, can do superhuman things. And therefore, what will all the other people think? After the robot movie, government schools, children in the government schools, saying robot, robot, and going around like a robot types, thinking they are robots. Now, so many people are being encouraged into robotics. For some years, they'll be doing this petty works of making new robots and getting some name. But after they get their name, and after they have become powerful enough to do something crazy like this, turning humans into robots, and every single baby in the US, they have started a campaign to put barcode on the baby. They have started to put a campaign of a barcode on the baby, and then the baby will be doing whatever the person says. When it grows up, it's still not a baby. But when it grows up, it will again just do the way the government says and behave like that same soldiers, the way they march around. In Iraq, everywhere the soldiers are also all breeze controlled. They have to walk the same way all day, and they have to. And also in Japan, some of the soldiers were saying that they were just rushing inside a battlefield with so much force that they don't know who they are going to hit. They are hitting their own tanks, they are smashing their own tanks, they are running like animals. Don't know. If they die also, okay, nothing. It's rush like that. With those guns and firing continuously. So how would a person feel? If they die, some feelings will be there. To save myself. I have to save myself. But those Japanese soldiers, nothing.